Yeah.
This is The Night Shift.
On Dubai Eye 103.8, the UAE's #1 talk radio station.
Yeah, welcome back into the show. We are live on The Night Shift, of course, through until 10 o'clock tonight. And I'm going to get myself an acting lesson right now, as I've got members of the Dubai Drama Group joining me. We got Lauren Noble to my right. How are you, Lauren?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Good. Roya Hashemi to my left.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you. And we have Kieran Hillier, who is the director of A Girl in a School Uniform.
Thanks
How
for
are
having
you?
us, Mark.
Thank you so much for coming along to talk us through. And I've seen this. It's all over social media, is this? Everywhere you look, you've seen this A Girl in a School Uniform production. So let's start with director Kieran. Just tell me a little bit about this production.
So A Girl in School Uniform walks into a bar. The title sounds like the start of a joke, but it's a more dark, intense themes than maybe the title indicates. So it's set in a world where there are now regular blackouts, power outages, and during these blackouts, women and girls go missing. So no one knows what's causing these blackouts, but everyone knows that it's only women and girls who are going missing. And so it's all set entirely in a bar, and our schoolgirl, Steph, played by Roya, comes in and tells the barmaid, Belle, played by Laurel, that her friend told her that she was going to come to this bar several weeks ago, and then she disappeared. And Steph wants Belle's help to find out what happened to her. And Belle, the barmaid, is very reluctant to get involved. So there's a real battle of wills between the two of them. And over a course of several days and several blackouts that actually occur in the show, they're challenging each other's understanding of what's going on and their sense of safety and their sense of trust.
Sounds like a lovely piece. It's written by Lulu Rakska.
Rakska,
yeah.
yes,
What do we know about Lulu?
So she is based in the UK, and this production was first produced in 2017, so it is quite a new production, but she's produced or she's written a number of different plays. Yeah. And something that I fell in love with when I read the script was the script. Her writing is incredible. The language is great. The flow it's like music or poetry at various points. And so when I was reading it, I thought this is something I have to direct.
This is it. So the lady in the girl in the school uniform is Roya.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you've approached this role, and we heard there about the quality of the writing. Tell me about preparing and getting into the character of this.
So Belle starts off as a really timid character, and it builds up throughout the whole story. So the more she spends time at the bar, the closer she gets to the barmaid, and the more she takes Lauren or Belle's characteristics. So I had to really approach it with an open mind. I mean, Steph is a totally different character to who I am in real life. Okay. So just watching Lauren and watching Belle interact with Steph and just taking her different characteristics and trying to apply that to my character itself and trying to really put myself in Steph's shoes has really been like a difficult journey throughout the 7 months that we've been rehearsing together. But yeah.
7 months?
Yeah. Has it been 6 months?
So we auditioned in December,
Yeah.
And then had some callbacks, which was done online because I was in Australia at that point.
Right.
But then we were able to cast, and these two lovely ladies in front of me were my first choices for
Great.
parts.
First choice.
So,
I mean, are you a seasoned actress, or is this one of your first roles?
So I started off doing plays when I was younger and like scripted way when I was younger, and then I mainly focus in improv, and I do improv at the Courtyard Playhouse, which is in Al Quoz. So I do a lot of improv there, and then I got referred to Dubai Drama Group by one of my friends, and they were just like, try it out, audition. And I was like, sure. And I remember going to the audition and walking out and being like, oh no, that was horrible. I remember going into the car and I was with my family and I was like crying. And I was like, that was horrible. And then Kieran sent me an email and she was like, call back. And I was like, what? And I was so excited.
Amazing.
But yeah, so this is really one of the only big plays I've ever done.
Right. Well, let's get under the skin of the barmaid, shall we, right now?
Indeed.
Lauren Noble, certainly looking the part with the pink hair. There's no doubt about that. Tell me about your role and your preparation for it.
Yeah, I think Roy is actually being very modest. It's been an absolutely wonderful journey to work with someone who is improv trained. I am the opposite of improv trained. In fact, I find improvisation absolutely mortifying.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher by trade, and one of the things that obviously teachers are renowned for is preparation.
Yeah.
Or so we would hope. And I think that it's a very interesting approach to kind of have two very dissimilar styles of acting behind the scenes. So I'm learning a lot from Roya. When she takes over and directs from an improvisation perspective, it's absolutely phenomenal, and it's amazing because we are very far apart in age. And I think that's been really, really great because I am a Stanislavski trained actress. I am someone that I go through beat by beat, and I really have to understand every facet of the character before even attempting something. Roya dives right in. So it's like the oppositional quality is actually really, really awesome. And what a lot of people who have come through to the performances have said is they've watched our rehearsals and commented on our chemistry, and I think that that's something that's really special because we haven't really worked on that. It's just kind of happened naturally, which is obviously up to Kieran and her casting. But I think that the behind the scenes elements of Belle are really intense. She's not an easy character to play at all. She's very multifaceted. There are elements of her that I think one day that I've got, and then the next day I'm like, yep, no, it's gone. And I think that makes it really exciting. It's one of the reasons that I auditioned. I didn't really have time in my schedule for this, and yet I was like, I read that, as Kieran was saying, it was the script. I read a few of the sequences that were on the scripted elements, and I just thought it's such a fascinating way of writing that I hope we capture. We're working really hard to get those pacing issues right that we capture that poetic quality. It's amazing. I love it.
We mentioned chemistry there. Did you spot that chemistry right away when you cast both of these ladies?
Yeah, when I had the callbacks, I deliberately paired these two together. And as soon as they started doing the reading, and again, this was online, so that's tricky in and of itself, but I was, as they were talking, reading the lines, I sort of leant back and thought, "Yep, I've got my cast."
That's amazing.
So
I can put my feet up now, yeah?
Yeah. After the work is done.
I mean, what was that like, doing it online, kind of trying to get some chemistry going online?
Yeah.
That must have been pretty tricky.
That's really tricky, and I think that's something that dramatists around the world have had to cope with. We've had to just learn to take our medium online and into a filmic space, which is in and of itself really, really weird. We are used to the immediacy, and I think Roya more than all of us, because that improvisation, that immediacy is a part and parcel of your reaction. So the audience does something, you react to that, and when you don't have an audience, it becomes really, really awkward, or can be. And I think that was something that was really special. I remember getting off of the Zoom call, and I said to my husband, this actress is like, she's just really phenomenal in that she's so young. She's the age that I teach. And it was just this very easy relationship that it felt like I knew her forever. And it was just really odd and wonderful. And I'd just never seen someone that can just grab onto elements of acting in such a really nonchalant way. Like she's been doing it for years, and well, you have.
I mean, let's get the other side. What did you feel? Kind of trying to get this this going with Lauren. Trying to get this chemistry going.
Yeah. So as I said, I mainly focus on improv as well. So the whole Stanislavski world was so new to me.
Just tell me what that is. That was going to be one of my next questions. What is Stanislavski?
Great. That was a wonderful way of using the word, yes. So Stanislavski is this old dead dude who basically came up with a concept around acting. He was actually the first person to code acting, and he basically said, follow these 10 steps and you will become a good actor.
Okay.
And so from my training's perspective, it's a very, very stringent 10 steps that you don't really vary from.
Very different to improv.
Very different.
Very.
Yeah.
So
right, coming back.
Yeah, I remember going in and being like, why are there so many steps? I'm just used to going on to stage and just performing, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a long process. And I remember we had our online together, and I was like, okay, this is fine. I could do this. And then we met each other face to face, and then we started doing rehearsals. And I remember being like, okay, this is gonna be intense and you're gonna need to focus and everything. And at a point I was like, oh, this is draining. Like, you need to learn script, because I never learned script because of improv. And then just having Lauren's energy, she has so much energy for the both of us, and just like taking her teachings and just watching her, she brings life to it.
So you've learnt a lot then in this process, yeah?
Definitely. A lot from her, a lot from her teachings, a lot from Kieran's directing. It's been a journey, and I've learned so much. Yay. And I've enjoyed it so much. Yeah.
Have there been, any difficult parts along the way directing these two? Have they been easy to direct, or sometimes does it get a little bit...
Do I give the diplomatic answer?
Yes.
No, I mean, I think my approach in coming into this production was because of the nature of the play and that it is so intense, and these two are pretty much on stage the entire time. Roya leaves very briefly. Lauren leaves once for about 3 seconds. And I thought, I want them to feel very comfortable with each other and with me and in the space, because there are sections that do occur in blackout, so they've got to get used to moving around the space with really not
So literally
being able
all
to
the
see it.
lights go out in the theatre.
Literally all the lights go out. And so my approach was, I wanted this to be a very collaborative process, in that I've got my ideas and my vision for it. But certainly I want them to be feeling comfortable to be offering suggestions, which both of them have really been very willing to do. And it's like, if we go, yep, that sounds good, let's play around with that and see if that works. If it doesn't work because, there's actually this line that comes up later in the script, so that's not really going to make sense or something like that. So they've both been hugely receptive to that. And also Lauren's been amazing in regards to her training when it comes to things like set design and sound design, and music's a big component of the play, which I'm sure you'll appreciate, Mark. Yeah. And costumes, she wanted to dye her hair pink, and I'm like, yes.
I'll tell you what, we're going to come back, we're going to talk about dyeing our hair pink, and we're going to find out exactly where we can see this production. It's, a couple of weeks away, 27th through the 29th of May. There'll be more when we come back from the Dubai Drama Group.
More of The Night Shift is coming up next.
On the UAE's #1 talk radio station, Dubai Eye 103.8.
Hi, I'm Pep Guardiola, brand ambassador for CFI, a global online trading provider enabling easy and convenience access to the financial markets. If you are into online trading, check out if CFI is the right provider for you. Visit cfi.trade to find out more. Since 1998, CFI, empower yourself.
CFI is regulated by the DFSA. Trading involves a high risk to the investor's capital.
I need an app that lets me buy and sell stocks easily.
Sarwa Trade lets you buy and sell stocks with no account minimum and zero commission.
Zero commission?
Zero commission.
Nothing.
None.
Nada.
Zero commission. Download the Sarwa app and start your investment journey today. Sarwa is regulated by the ADGM Financial Services Regulatory Authority. All investment involves risks.
MediClinic's coordinated head and neck unit in Dubai provides a comprehensive multidisciplinary approach for conditions such as cancer, benign neck lumps, thyroid and parathyroid diseases, and voice and swallowing conditions. Our team at MediClinic Parkview Hospital and MediClinic City Hospital collaborate to provide the highest quality of services. Call 800-1999 or download the My MediClinic 24/7 app. MediClinic, expertise you can trust.
Hi, it's Helen Farmer, and if you want to explore the delicious world of food, join me for Farmer's Kitchen on Dubai Eye 103.8. We'll speak with some of the biggest names in the food biz and maybe even learn how to cook up some incredible flavoursome meals. We'll also explore the key ingredients that make a big difference on the plate and when it comes to the food industry. Farmer's Kitchen with Spinneys, helping you eat well, live well, every Friday from 2 p.m. And for some inspiration tonight, head to the food page on DubaiEye1038.com for lots of delicious recipes.
You're listening to the UAE's #1 talk radio station.
This is The Night Shift with Mark Lloyd.
On Dubai Eye 103.8.
Yeah, welcome back into the show now. We are talking to members of the Dubai Drama Group, actors Lauren Noble and Roya Hashemi, together with director Kieran Hillier of the production A Girl in a School Uniform. We're a couple of weeks away from seeing this on stage. Our rehearsal's still going on. I mean, when you get to this part of, the countdown, let's say, to putting it on stage. How does it all work?
Yes, rehearsals are definitely, ladies, rehearsals are definitely
well.
Yes. Certainly when I was preparing for it, I think it's important, you put together your rehearsal schedule so that you've got that structure and you can keep track as to whether you are on schedule or not.
Yeah.
And so the plan was to always, in May, we were going to bump up rehearsals from twice a week to 3 times a week. So that's where we're at.
Okay, how did the pink hair go down with the pupils at school?
Well, I no longer teach, so that's very exciting. So, yeah, about 2 years ago, I decided to open up my own theatre company in Dubai, and that's actually how all of this kind of started. And then there was just this amazing opportunity to collaborate with DDG, and I took it, and I'm so glad that I did. Like, the amount of work that I've had the opportunity to do that I haven't had a chance to do for the past 2 years has been phenomenal. So, yeah, it's been great. Yeah,
awesome. And what about you? I mean, in the last couple of weeks, do you practice on your own as well to get your lines down?
So I'm still in school, so I still have a lot of schoolwork to focus on. So it's just been like a huge task to balance out everything, like school, family, rest, and then rehearsals, and making sure I have my script memorized and everything. But it's been fun. I've been liking the busy life a lot. But yeah, the past couple of weeks, we bumped it up to 3 rehearsals a week. And it's just exciting because we're getting closer and closer to the date. So I'm just really excited.
So let's take a look at how many performances are going to be happening and where it's going to be happening and where we can get tickets.
So performances are taking place between the 27th and the 29th of May. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday and Saturday are evening shows. Sunday there's a matinee as well as an evening show. And also for the matinee, which is at 2 o'clock, we're going to be offering a Q&A session with myself and with the cast. So if people do want to hang back and ask questions, we are also structuring that particularly to target school students who, if they are studying theatre or drama or English or social studies, because this play explores the normalisation of violence against women. So there's so many themes there. So we're targeting that in terms of their assessment requirements, but that's going to be open to anybody to attend. And the evening shows are happening at 8 o'clock. There's no intermission in this show. It's too intense for that to happen. So it's 1 hour, 45 minutes, and then you can go to the bathroom and use your phone. And that's all taking place at the Junction, and tickets are available on Platinum List.
Something that I'm always intrigued about, and I'll come to Lauren on this one. Once you've done all these shows, 29th of May comes around, last show, how do you let go of your character? Is that a process as well as forgetting about it and I've got to move on to something new?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. Yes, it does take some time. You find that actually the nuances of how you speak shift. So a lot of people have said recently, because as you can hear, I am South African. So my accent, we drop all of our vowels. And because Belle has a slightly different twang, it's not quite not South African, but it's just slightly different. Just because trying to embody a character, you want to try and give her something that is a little bit removed from yourself. And I think that you keep those twangs for quite a while, and little elements of personality sometimes come out. And because I'm so different to Belle, it's been very, very interesting to get into that space. It does take a while to it's like the run up to the leap, and the run up is quite substantial, which is awesome. And I think Roya and I, we play characters that are so different to what we are actually like. And I think that's a great learning journey. So yeah, it does take time, but I think that it's worth it, because to actually embody this character and be in this world that Kieran has so clearly imagined it's phenomenal. It really is. Like, there's nothing like this that I've seen in Dubai. Yeah.
I mean, Kieran, from a director's point of view as well, waving goodbye to something that you put so much work into. Do you move on straight on to the next thing? Do you know what the plan is after this is all wrapped up?
Probably catch up on sleep. No, I mean, this is a play that I've wanted to do since before COVID hit, and then COVID came, and so it's been on the back burner, but it's been slowly sort of bubbling away in the back of my mind, and I've quite enjoyed that because it's allowed me to play around with it and think about, what is it that I want to get out of this. And so for me, it'll be, it's probably going to be like that, what am I going to do with myself for this next time? But I mean, my work as a forensic psychologist, and then this looks at violence, and so I think psychology and theatre complement each other really, really nicely, and so it is it's a continuation of the work that I do, and then it's a matter of, okay, how do you have these types of discussions and how do you present this really quite difficult message and content to an audience that's accessible but not preachy, and is really captivating, and people are probably going to leave at the end of the production going, whoa, that was, whoa. And hopefully stimulate a lot of conversation. So I'm also hoping after this, there's a continuation of that conversation afterwards too.
And Roya, you'll be able to do your homework. Which I'm sure your teachers will be very happy about.
Definitely.
Just finally, Dubai Drama Group, if people listening maybe want to get involved, maybe want to test their, dip their foot in the water to become an actor or an actress, or maybe even working behind the scenes, is that something that we can do?
We're always really happy to welcome in new members in the theatre community, definitely. I mean, Dubai Drama Group's the oldest theatre group here in the UAE. We've been around since 1984, which is the year I was born. And so, certainly we always have open auditions. That's a principle that we have, that even if you have, as a director, someone in mind for a character, you always have those open auditions to give everyone an opportunity. But also it meant, I'd never seen these two audition before. And so it was, as a director, it forces you to also make sure you're considering all of the available options. And so certainly if anyone is interested in acting or in getting involved backstage in any way, we've got students from SAE Institute helping us out with the marketing, and then they're also doing backstage work with us. Certainly feel free to reach out to us. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We've just started a TikTok, according to my social media person, Livia. So, and our website, which is dubaidrama.org.
Finally, once again, dates and tickets and timings for these shows.
Friday to Sunday, the 27th to the 29th of May. Evening shows are at 8 o'clock, and that's every day. And then on Sunday, the 29th, we have a 2 p.m. matinee show, and tickets are available on Platinum List.
Karen, thank you so much for coming along. Also, Roya, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of you.
Yes.
And Lauren, great to catch up with you as well.
Thank
Fantastic. Really appreciate it. So there you have it. That's A Girl in a School Uniform, the latest from the Dubai Drama Group. We're off to Africa with